Hello and welcome to the channel. Mike Hobbs here with another awesome Steel Path build with Nekros. With this setup, Nekros can continuously summon slain enemies to not only fight for him, but also tank damage for him as well. I have always enjoyed Nekros as his kit allows for some easy material farming, and I have been having a lot of fun with this build. Be it conjunction survival, relic cracking sessions, or solo Netrocells, or simple Steel Path defense missions, this build makes all of it pretty easy with minimum effort. As always, if I find a Steel Path build to be a lot of fun, I like to throw a little video together to share it. Before we get started, if you found this video helpful or interesting, please consider hitting those like and subscribe buttons as it helps the channel out tremendously. Also, don't forget you can catch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/MikeHobbs. With the intro out of the way, let's begin with Nekros' kit. Beginning with his passive, which offers a bit of health whenever enemies are killed within 10 meters, this is a nice health source that can be helpful, but while not completely useless, it ultimately isn't that noticeable with the amount of defenses this build has set up. Soul Punch is Nekros' first ability. When cast, this ability strikes an enemy hard, creating a projectile that damages anything in its path. Additionally, any enemies that are hit by Soul Punch are marked and become a minion if they are killed while marked. This ability can be helpful in creating minions quickly, but ultimately I don't really use it, and this is my recommended subsumed slot for Nekros. Here, sticking with the minions doing thy bidding theme, I went with Nyx's mind control ability to create another soldier to fight for me. Nekros' 2 is Terrify. This ability, as the name implies, terrifies enemies and causes them to flee. This is also an armor stripping ability, and with a little strength investment, this ability can fully strip Steel Path enemy armor in a single cast. Moving on, Desecrate is Nekros' third ability. When cast, this channeled ability allows Nekros to loot additional items from corpses on the battlefield. This is a great farming ability as it lets you double dip into material farms from enemies. Furthermore, I am running the augment for this ability, Despoil, which instead of using energy to loot bodies, it takes a little bit of health away, which is almost negated by his passive and other sources of damage reduction. Lastly, Shadow of the Dead is Nekros' 4. This ability summons shadow versions of slain enemies to fight by Nekros' side. I am also running the augment for this ability, Shield of Shadows, which has my summons take damage in Nekros' stead. At base, the damage redirection is 6% and is influenced by the strength stat. With his kit fully discussed, let's take a look at the mod setup for this build. My mod configuration leans into strength, range, and duration. The extra strength both allows Terrify to fully armor strip and increases the amount of damage that is redirected via Shield of Shadows. The extra duration is mainly to slow the decay of my minions' health, but of course my other abilities benefit from it as well. The excess range allows Desecrate to reach corpses farther away, as well as allows my minions to remain tethered to me for up to 80 meters. So in addition to the stat boosting mods, I have Equilibrium, which pairs well with all the orb generation from Desecrate, the two augment mods, and Summoner's Wrath to bolster my minions. Moving on to Arcanes and Shards, I am first running Molt Augmented to increase my strength as a mission progresses. I am also running Arcane Kamisado to pair with Summoner's Wrath for yet another means of increasing power. The extra strength from these arcanes helps with longer missions as it will increase the amount of damage that is redirected to my summons. As for shards, I am running 3 red strength shards to meet the 100% armor strip threshold on Terrify and to free up some mod space. In addition, I am running 2 yellow casting speed shards for quick deployment of my abilities. For my loadout with this build, I am first running my hard-hitting Felarch shotgun as it is a personal favorite that allows me to quickly dispatch some enemies at the start of a mission or engagement and summon minions. For my secondary, I am running my Furus as a utility weapon. I have it set up both with auger mods as well as secondary fortifier for some added layers of defense against tougher endgame opponents. I also find it to be a very fun secondary as well. And lastly, I am running my Hate Scythe with a melee influence setup, not only because it's a great melee weapon, but because I feel that the dead raising necromancer frame needs a scythe. And finally, my companion of choice here is my Hound. With defense covered elsewhere, my companion is free to roam the battlefield on the attack, assisting in decimating rooms of Steel Path enemies. And there it is, a very fun and easy to maintain build that will easily clear most in-game content. I begin each mission or encounter by casting Desecrate, which costs no energy due to the Despoil mod, then quickly dispatch some enemies with my shotgun, and then I cast Shadows of the Dead to get some damage taking minions on my side. And then I proceed to slay out, casting Terrify to armor strip, and then recasting my 4 to gain more minions, refresh their health, as well as replace them with more powerful foes. In between casts of Shadows of the Dead, I will cast Mind Control to gain yet another ally fighting by my side. It's a very satisfying gameplay loop that allows Nekros to roam the battlefield practically unscathed while he and his army of the dead clear rooms of steel path enemies effortlessly. I have always enjoyed this frame, and I am glad to finally get around to sharing my build. But what about you? Have you tried Nekros? How would you build him differently? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.